بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم منهومان لا يشبعان منهوم في العلم لا يشبع منه ومنهوم في الدنيا لا يشبع منها. Two greedy people لا يشبعان will never get satiated, will never be filled. منهوم في العلم, a person greedy for knowledge, there is no short to knowledge. It continues and continues. The truth is, the more knowledgeable you become, the more you realize how ignorant you really are. Like we know that famous incident, the meeting between Khizr alayhi salatu salam, Khadir alayhi salatu salam, Khadir alayhi salam, and Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu salam. When somebody asked Musa alayhi salatu salam as to who is the most knowledgeable, the truth, he spoke the truth. But in terms of ilm al-shariat, there was nobody that is more knowledgeable than the Nabi of Allah. So he said himself. But Allah did not like it, although the statement was true. So then Allah Ta'ala mentioned of a person that is more knowledgeable. But remember, knowledge of Shariat takes precedence over any other form of knowledge. So it doesn't mean that Hazrat Khadir alayhi salatu salam's maqam, position is that higher than Hazrat Musa alayhi salam. Hazrat Musa alayhi salam had the Shari'i knowledge, which is the most important of knowledge. But the knowledge that Khadir alayhi salatu salam had was of ilm taqwini, ilm ladunni, that knowledge that is inspired direct by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of the unseen, the things behind the veil. So nevertheless, the time does not allow to go through the entire incident and the journey of Khadir alayhi salam and Musa alayhi salam. But when they were on the ship, then there was a bird pecking from the ship into the water, into the ocean. And it was taking water into his beak. Then Khadir alayhi salam mentioned to Musa alayhi salatu salam, my knowledge and your knowledge combined. That means you have got the most knowledge of Shariat. I presently, in terms of ilm ladunni, have the greatest knowledge. Our knowledge combined is not even in comparison to the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like the water in the beak of the bird compared to the 7 oceans. That means how little that knowledge is. Now imagine a Nabi of Allah who has got the marifat of Allah, Hazrat Khadir alayhi salam, who's got this taqweeni ilm. Their knowledge combined is not even like the water in the drop of the water in the beak of the bird compared to the oceans. We can't imagine our knowledge is not even an iota or a fraction or minuscule of that knowledge. So knowledge has no shore. It continues. The truth is, when a person gets truly into knowledge, then you can't stay without it. La yashba'u minhu, he will never be satiated from it. Wa manhumin fi dunya, and a person greedy for dunya, la yashba'u minha, he will never get satiated from it. We know the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, لو كان لابن آدم واديا من ذهب أحب أن يكون له واديان ولن يملأ فاه إلا التراب ويتوب الله على من تاب. That if a person has one valley of gold, he will never be satisfied. You have in our time 1 shop, you want to expand it to 2 shops. You have 2, then you want 3 shops. Then you're thinking, I need a shop in every province of this country. Then forget every province, I need to open in every town of this country. Then even the smaller areas, I need to open. Because dunya is like that. So, manhuman, 2 greedy people, la yashba'an, will not get satiated. Manhumun fil ilm, a person satiated for knowledge. So we should see whether we are really students. How is it possible an entire holiday can pass without opening up a kitab? A weekend off, we can go home without ever opening a kitab. Are we genuinely talib ilm, or we just got the facade of people that seek knowledge? Today, unfortunately, in our madrasas is such that when students have a weekend off, don't give them work to do. Truly, the taqaza, the natural need of knowledge is never to be satisfied. Wherever al-hikmatu dalatul mu'min, wisdom, knowledge is a lost property of a mu'min. Wherever he finds it, he is the most rightful recipient of it. La yashba'u minhu wa manhumun fi dunya, a person greedy for dunya. La yashba'u minha, he is not satiated by it. You see, before, in the apartheid time, shops could only open till 1 o'clock on a Saturday. Then you couldn't open up any shop. Then also on a Sunday, only 1 cafe per town or per area was allowed to open. Then then you are allowed to extend your hours on Saturday. Then the whole of Sunday. Now the hours are going into night. Because dunya, there is no restrictions.